everybody. My name's Marta. I'm here to teach you Pilates today. So this seems to be the new norm for the short time. Hopefully a short time, so we'll get into it. My husband's waiting to be outside. Okay, so we're going to start standing today. We'll start with some dynamic lunges. So let's come along our mats. Sorry, this is my first one, so just getting the camera adjusted to the right height. Good. Okay, so we're just going to come along our mat this way here. Stand about the middle. I want you to relax your shoulders down, lift your head. Tuck your tailbone under slightly, and I want you to keep this upright position as we take our hands onto our hips. We're going to take a step forward and come into a lunge. Same leg, we're going to spring back and drop down into a lunge. Okay, so just moving forward and back. What I don't want you to do is bending forward at the hips. So try to stay as upright as you can. Keep the shoulders back and down, the chest lifted. Slowly breathe. And so I know some of you will be new to Pilates, so it's good to sort of get a handle on the breathing. It's a little bit different to yoga if you've done yoga before. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Okay, we're going to come back up. We're just going to switch to the other side. Okay, so again, get that nice tall posture to start with. Tuck the tailbone under slightly so we activate the core. And we're going to take a step forward and a step back. I've got a railing here, so if I lose my balance, I'm good. So it's a good idea to keep your eyes on a spot in front of you on the wall. Keep going as I'm talking. So just coming down as far as is comfortable for you. And we'll just take a couple more. Face the front. I'm just going to relax the shoulders and just pull them up, roll them back and down. And again, as we do this, I don't want you to move the pelvis. I want you to stay quite rigid here. So it's just the shoulder blades. And then back the other way. Into a ragdoll. Now when we take ragdoll, I don't want you to twist the hips, so try to stay again nice and straight like you've got headlights on the hips and they're staying facing forward. On these warm-ups, it's a really good chance to focus on that breath and get it sorted straight away before we get into more complicated exercises. So really think about that breath coming in through the nose, into the back and sides of the ribs, and breathing out through the mouth. A little sigh out is actually quite useful. It helps you coordinate the movement with the sound of the breath. Okay, we're just going to bring one arm up, circle it back, and then the other arm, like we're doing backstroke in the pool. And again, trying our best to keep the hips facing forward. And then we're going to change direction. So they're hip distance apart. Put a nice deep bend in the knees. Bring the hands onto the knees, and we're just going to circle those knees around. So just getting into the joints. Nothing too major to start with here. Just getting all the joints warmed up. And back the other way. move to the back of our mat, so we've got most of the mat out in front of us. Step the feet hip distance apart. I'm going to take a few roll downs. So I want you to breathe in, reach the arms up, look up to the hands, soften the knees, push the hips forward, and take a little back bend. Come back up on the inhale, sweep the arms, drop the chin to the chest, and roll down. Try to bring one vertebra at a time down. Now, quite often we look at the floor when we do this. I want you to just look at your thighs or your legs so that the top of your head is reaching to the floor. Take a breath in. Engage your core muscles or your abs and roll back up, exhaling. Not being in any rush here. Extra breaths are fine. Inhale to sweep. Exhale the back bend. Forward on the inhale, arms out, chin to chest, roll it down. Try to keep your weight even throughout your feet. Hang, relax, soften the knees, take a breath, engage core, and exhale to roll up. If you're nowhere near the floor, it all takes time. It's not really a destination, it's about the journey. This time we come down, we're going to stay down, so don't roll back up. So if your fingers are nowhere near the floor, bend your knees till you can touch the mat. And we're just going to walk the hands out. Come into a down dog position here. So a little bit of yoga just to help warm us up. So bending one knee and then the other. We're walking out our down dog. Trying to send the chest back towards the thighs and really straighten into the elbows so your chest sinks down between your shoulders. Okay, from there we're just going to move down onto hands and knees and take a cat stretch. Take a breath in, tucking the tailbone under, slowly roll the spine up, one vertebra at a time. Bring the neck and the head down last. Take a breath, pull in those abs. And release. Tailbone first, spine lengthens down, one vertebra at a time, neck and head release last. Nice deep breath in, and again, core muscles. We're tuck the pelvis first. Roll through that spine. It takes a little bit of time to get used to this, sequencing the spine, and we don't want to bring the head and tailbone at the same time. That's more yoga. Pilates is more about a sequence. And again, don't forget to breathe. If you get the breath wrong when you breathe in and out, don't worry. One more of those. Come right back to a neutral position in between. Take a breath. Tailbone first, spine rolls up. Eyes still looking at the floor. Don't bring the head down to the last minute. Breathe in, increase the stretch, pull in those abs. And exhale to release back to neutral. Some barrel rolls. By barrel rolls, I just mean the rib cage rolling around. So I'll turn this way so you can see. So I'm just rolling my rib cage around. Good. Keep it going. I'm just going to adjust the camera again. Okay, change direction. Shoulders, the knees under the hips, and look straight down at the floor, sliding in front of the hands. We're just going to slide one arm out and one leg out. And as you do this, I want you to pull the lower ribs in so you're not sagging in the back. Okay, so you've got some core support here. I'm going to take that arm and leg out to the side, bring it back in, and release it down. Switch over. So arm, take it out, bring it in, and lower it down. We're going to repeat that a couple of times. So what holds your balance here is your core muscles. If you pull those muscles in, it really helps you to stabilize. The shoulders down the back, lower ribs tucked in. And one more time. And release. Okay. So from here, we're just going to come up onto our knees, tuck the toes under, and take what I call hinge backs. So if you find your feet get uncomfortable, just flatten them out, but it's a really good stretch for the soles of the feet to have them tucked under. So legs are hip distance apart. Just going to reach out to the front, and we're just going to hinge back. Keep it a nice rigid body, so don't push the bum out behind. Keep it all nice and strong and straight, and then we're going to come back. Okay, so we hinge back, and come back. You can do this in one complete breath cycle, so maybe an inhale back, and exhale up. Breath isn't too important on this one as long as you continue to breathe. A little shoulder blade squeeze doesn't go astray either. It just helps open the chest muscles out a little bit more. And coming up. Next time we go back, we're going to add a little more to it. So we hinge back. We're going to take a hand to the heel and bring this arm up and over. Now, if that's too much, just go back to that first option. Switching over to the other side. Back up. Just stretching out those thigh muscles, hip flexors, and not to mention the soles of the feet. You can look over your shoulder. It just helps open up the side body. Hands and our knees back a little bit further. We're going to bring the knees together and tuck the toes under again. We're going to lift the knees off the floor. So we're in a nice plank position here. So let's pick up the right foot, point the toe, and press back through the left. Come forward and flex, point and press. This is leg pull front. Forward and flex, keep the hips level, and back. Eyes looking to the mat, slightly in front of the hands. Nice strong body. One more time. And come forward, drop the foot, drop the knees, push back into puppy for one breath. Inhale. Stay on the exhale. Move back to the start on the inhale. Check your shoulders are down, your abs are up, your knees are off. Left foot lifts. Point and press. Forward flex. Point and press. Forward flex. Point and press. Forward flex. One to go. Point and flex. Foot down, knees down, back into puppy. We're going to repeat that again on each side, but no break in between, okay? So if you need to take a break, do. Let's come back up. Shoulders, abs, knees. Nice straight line. Pick up the right foot. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. One more. Point and flex. Foot down, switch over. Point, flex, point, flex. Keep the breath flowing. One to go. Point and flex. Foot down, knees down. Back into puppy for 2 breaths. Really take advantage of these little timeouts. Let your body relax. And then we're going to drop to the elbows and come down onto our front for breaststroke prep. So hands by the shoulders, elbows on the floor. Chin resting on the mat, legs together, heels dropped out, butt relax. Take a breath. Draw the belly up. Bring the upper body away from the mat. Shoulders down, neck and head aligned, no butts. Take a breath. Release down. Now control that lower. Don't relax the whole body. Just keep it in strong. Breathe in. Belly up. Shoulders down. Up we come. Inhale. So my back is doing most of the work. My abs are supporting it. My butt is not helping. Okay, we'll take one more breath. And then from moving there, straight into breaststroke. Arms out front. Circle round, up to the bottom ribs. No butts. Bend the arms, pack down the hover, stretch it out. Sweep. Exhale. Inhale. If you find this too much, go to the side. Don't go right out to the front, then come back. It's really hard not to squeeze your butt here. You've got to really think about it because butt muscles want to help, but it becomes a completely different exercise if you squeeze your butt. So we're wanting to get the back muscles working, supported by the abdominals. Taking two more. Next time the arms come out to the front, we're just going to stay there, release down. Just give the hips a little bit of a wiggle. Take the legs slightly further apart. Take a breath. Bring the right arm and the left leg off. Release down, inhaling. Exhale, left and right. Inhale down. So the hip bones stay firmly on the floor. The arm lifts from the shoulder. The leg lifts from the hip. So no bendy knees. This is swimming prep. And you're welcome to stay with the prep. If you want to make it a little harder, we're moving into full version. Take a breath. Draw the belly up. Shoulders down. Lift everything off the floor. Touch the right hand, the left toe, and we're swimming for 50. Here we go. Breathing in. 2, 4, 5 and out. 2, 3, 4, 5 and in. 2, 3, 5 and out. 2, 3, 4, 20 in. 2, 3, 5 and out. 2, 3, 4, 30 in. 2, 4, 5 and out. 2, 3, 4, 40 in. 2, 3, 4, 5 and out. 2, 4, 50. Lengthen and release. Hands come under the forehead. Legs bend up. We're just going to windscreen wipe those legs out. Okay, release the legs down. Hands under shoulders. Push back into shell stretch. So sitting back over our heels, reaching the arms out to the front. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. If you want to make this dynamic, you can by rounding the spine up and then relaxing down. Quite nice to do that. It stretches out all the long, thin muscles along the side of the spine. Okay, then we're coming back up on hands and knees, and we're just going to flip over onto our backs and roll down to the floor. Stretch the arms overhead, reach the legs away, dorsiflex the feet. So by that I mean pull the toes toward you, press up through the heels. Let's bring the arms up for roll-ups. Tuck the chin in. If you need a little help here, fingers under thighs to get you started. Stretch out towards the toes, look down to the thighs. Inhale to pull back. Arms are parallel. And we're just rolling the spine back out along the floor, arms back overhead. So keep those legs active, keep pulling the toes, pressing the heels, peeling off the floor, stretch it out. Now if you're nowhere near coming off the floor, there's a few options here for you. What you can do is bend the knees up and then just use a little bit of help here with the hands underneath the thighs, stretch out. And same with coming down, you can just take the hands to underneath the thighs and assist to come down. What I don't want you to do is roll over onto an elbow, okay? So keep the body nice and straight. Try not to use momentum, stretch out. Those that want more challenge, leave the arms up here by the ears as you roll down. As long as you can control the roll. If you feel you can't control it, keep the arms parallel to the legs. And again, that idea of tucking the hands if needed. Breathe in, open the chest, slide the shoulders, lay the spine out along the floor. A little out of shape on these ones myself. Surprising what a few days off can do for you. I always find when there's time off, this is for me, this is the first exercise that goes out the window, and I know I need to get back into it again. It's a good idea to have the hands facing inwards as well, palms face in. It just helps open the chest a little more. You can even turn the palms up. And that also opens up the chest. Good, we're taking 2 more of these. I hope you're staying with me on this. I'm going to stay up on this last one, so take a full roll up, stretch out to the toes, and then sit up tall and spread the legs wide. If you need to sit on a block, if you find that you're really sitting back here, grab something to sit on, a cushion, whatever you've got handy, even a rolled up towel, or you can put a bend in the knees, okay? So if you feel that you're back here, these muscles here are going to relieve fatigue quite quickly, so you need to just make sure you're sitting nice and tall. Arms out wide, this is called the saw, shoulders back and down, chest lifted, head up. Okay, we're going to take our right hand to our left little toe, turn the back hand, thumb down, reach out along that leg and look down to your thigh. It's very tempting to look out to the foot, but look what that does, okay? I want my head and neck to be aligned with my spine, so a nice little C curve. Roll back up, open to the center. Other side, inhale to twist. Exhale, little finger to toe, back hand, thumb down. Inhale, roll back up, open to the center, lengthen through the spine. Inhale to twist. Exhale. Make sure both sit bones stay down on the floor. It's very tempting to roll off to one side to get further. It's not about how far you go. It's about keeping good form and good alignment. You'll get better and better at it as you go along. Open the chest, lift the head right up. Sometimes, and I find quite often when people are just starting and we take the saw, that they tend to shortcut it. So by that I mean they sort of coming up and they're heading over before they've even lengthened up. So make it 4 distinct moves. Go right down, roll right up, open up to the center, then head off to the other side like you're starting again. Down we go. Both arms stretch away from each other. Lengthen up through the spine. Drop the shoulders, lengthen the neck. Lots to keep in mind here. So I'm rotating from my lower ribs. At no time are my hips sliding around on the floor. I do not feel my heels moving on the floor. This is all nice and strong and straight. And it's just rib cage rotating on top of the pelvis. Shoulders down, neck and head up. Breathe in. Exhale to head down. Inhale to roll up. Exhale to the center. We'll take one more each side. How's that breath going? You're still keeping that inhale and exhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth, making that slight audible exhale. Okay, just reach down, pick up my legs and bring them in together here. My knees bent. Hands on my shins, and we're into rolling like a ball. So for new people, just a little prep, rocking back and forth. Notice I'm not kicking my legs or tossing my head. I'm just using my breath and my abdominals. So the shape doesn't change as I rock forward and back. Those that have been doing this for a while, straight into it. Back we go and up we come. Okay, so my eyes are about mid-thigh. That keeps my head centered over the front of my body so I'm not losing momentum, or I'm not using momentum. I also find that people tend to grip their legs quite tightly, so relax that grip. The eyes down, the chest open, the shoulder blades released. Use that exhale to come up. So inhale to fill up the back ribs. That will help send you back. And the exhale will help bring you up. you going? How are the rolls going at home? I hope you've got something soft to roll on. Either on a carpet or a mat. We'll take 2 more of these rolls and then we'll do a little transition down for the 100, which is a classic Pilates exercise. So last one. All right, we're just going to open out our bowl shape and move to here. Okay, if this is really your first time, you may even want to take your feet to the floor. But I find most people can at least cope with this. All right, we're going to work our flexion. I want you to pull ribs to hips so you really feel that you're strong, that the core is supporting you. Arms hover. If you want to take full version, legs go up, toes turn out, and heels press together. Eyes down on low thighs. We start to pulse the arms. Okay, you can support your head or take it to the floor if you need to. Otherwise, here we go. Breathing in, 2, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5 and in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 4, 20 in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 30 in, 2, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 40 in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 450 in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 460 in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 470 in, 2, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 480 in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 490, hang in there, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 4, 100. Bend the knees, pull them in, release the head down. Well done. Let's take a few circles with those knees. Just have a little time out. Change direction. While we're down here, we'll just bring the feet to the floor, hip distance apart. Reach down with your hands and brush the back of your heels with your fingertips. Okay. Press into the elbows, lift the chest, slide the shoulder blades under, and we're into hip rolls. Breath in. Tilting the pelvis, squeezing the butt, pulling the hips in. We push them up to the ceiling. Lengthening out through the knees, so we're pushing, but we're also pulling the ribs down, so we feel this core connection. Breathe in, lengthen out the knees. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, roll the spine back out along the floor, vertebra by vertebra. Back to neutral. Okay, inhale, tip the hips, scoop the abs, squeeze the butt, press it up. Try not to let the knees drop out or fold in. Breathe in, push out through those knees. Feel some action happening here. Core muscles. Exhale. So I want to come back to neutral. By neutral, I mean hip bones and pubic bone in the same plane. A little hollow in the lower back. And we tuck, going through imprint, back into the floor, squeezing butt, lifting hips, lengthening out, breathe in, and exhale to roll back down. Okay, we'll take one more of those and then we'll move into shoulder bridge. Lengthen out through those knees, squeezing butt, exhale. Nice and controlled on that lower, so we're not rushing through it. Okay, so we're going to come up again through a hip roll, and we're going to hold at the top and do some leg work. All right, so tilting hips, scooping, squeezing, lifting, lengthening. Nice and strong. We're going to squeeze our right butt, and because we've probably got some new people, I'll just do a few preps. We're just going to bring that leg up and place it down without dropping the hip. Other leg, doesn't matter which one you start with. And place it back down. Those that have been coming for a while, straight up and then straight down. So that's the next level. Notice I'm not losing my hips or my alignment through my hips. I'm not dropping or tipping to the side. Next level is we bring the leg up, flex the foot, lower it down. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Now I'm pushing out through my supporting knee. This is helping to hold me here. Good. Then we're going to bring that leg back up, bend it in, release it down. We're going to switch sides. So left butt squeezes now, or the supporting leg, and then the other one stretches up. Exhale. Inhale. Don't go beyond the line of your supporting leg, okay? Otherwise it works into the lower back too much. We've got one more to go. Bring the leg out, bend the knee in, release the foot to the floor. Stay for a breath, and roll back down to the floor. Step the feet wide, take the arms wide, drop the knees to the side, the head to the other. Keep the shoulder blades on the floor as you do this so you get a nice little S-curve through the spine. Okay, we'll take one more to each side just to make sure we've stretched everything out. Roll over onto our sides, and we'll take a side leg series. It's a nice straight line through the body. Have a look, make sure that your feet are flexed, so pull the toes towards you, press away through the heels. Okay, we're going to pull that lower rib away from the floor, draw back the abs, squeeze our butt, and we're going to lift the top leg up and flex the foot and lower down. So we want to point the toe as we reach up. If you find you're really tippy, 2 fingers down in front on the floor in front of you, not in too close, but just like an outrigger on a canoe that we want to try and give ourselves some stability. If you use your whole hand, you put too much weight there and rely on the arms. So 2 fingers should be enough just to stop you from tipping over. Okay, next time that leg comes down, we're going to lower it just halfway. We're going to take 10 little circles. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold the leg there. This is the tricky one. Bottom one comes up to meet it, and then they both lower to the floor. Just touch. Inhale up. Exhale together, and lower. Inhale top. Exhale bottom, and down. Now run a little body scan as you're doing this. Are you holding tension in parts of the body that don't need it, like the jaw, the top shoulder? Those need to be relaxed. Rely on your core muscles and your breath. Last one. And lower down. Okay. I'm going to bring both legs up together. So as we lift them together, I want you to squeeze the legs tight together, and as we lower, we release the pressure. Okay, so squeeze and lift, release and lower. Squeeze and lift. It's a good idea to not let the legs relax on the floor, just touch down. Squeeze and lift. How's that shoulder going? Relax it. Squeeze and lift, release and lower. Squeeze and lift, and lower. One more time. Squeeze and lift, and lower. Okay. Put a bend in that bottom knee. Top leg is just going to kick forward 2 pulses, and then point and reach back. Now, your hand should be on your hip for this one because we've got the bent knee for stability, so we don't need the arm down. But we want to be aware of is that we're not pushing the ribs forward and rolling the hip in, and we're not pulling the hip back. Okay, so this all stays nice and still, and the leg just moves. 2 kicks to the front, 1 behind, no bend in the knee. The top knee, it stays straight. 2 kicks. And back, again, and back, and 1 more, and back. Okay, bring that leg on top of the other one, push yourself up onto your hip, and we're all set for side bends. So we're going to bring up that top leg, and then step it in front of the bottom ankle. We're going to line up this heel, this hip, and that hand, and top arm on the knee, palm facing up. Chest to face the I'm going to say mirror. I'm so used to saying mirror. Chest to face me. We're going to raise the arm up. Bottom shoulder comes down. And over onto the knee we go. Inhale. Nice big sweep with that arm and a nice controlled lower. But you've got to watch as this shoulder stays locked in. Okay? So top arm comes up. Bottom shoulder slides down the back. Shift your weight onto the bottom knee. Bring the arm up and over, ear to shoulder. Inhale, sweep, really reach up with that top arm, keep this shoulder pulling down, and then release softly to the floor. 1 more time, inhale, exhale. Those of you that have been doing this for a while, I'm going to take full version, you know where you're at, just keep going. Good, 1 more time. Okay, we're going to sit back on our butts, swing our legs down the other end, and do that whole series again on this side. Okay, so here we are, lying on our mat, nice and straight. Have a look. Feet dorsiflex, toes pulled, heels pressed, hips stacked. Lower rib pulled away from the floor. Buttocks squeezing, pelvic floor muscles pulled up. Top leg lifts, point and flex. And point and flex. Again, a nice controlled lower as well as a controlled lift. Okay, so just make sure you're keeping all the muscles engaged in that leg, right from hip, right through to foot or heel or toe. Good. Keeping strong here. Sometimes we focus on what's moving, we forget about what's happening here. So this is what's holding you. Keep a nice strong core. Next time we come down, just halfway, 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Leg stays there. Bottom leg comes up to meet it, and we lower to the floor. Again, if you need your hand down for this, take it down, not in too close, 2 fingers. Breathe in, exhale, and down on the same exhale. So inhale, exhale, and lower. Inhale, exhale, and lower. One more time. Good. Okay, both legs, squeeze them together and lift. Release the pressure as you touch down. Squeeze and lift, exhale, inhale, lower. Now, just with your peripheral vision, I don't want you looking down along your legs, but just make sure that your legs are staying in line with your body. That you're not bringing them forward like a boomerang. This will throw your hip back and you'll lose your good form. Squeeze and lower. Squeeze and lower. One more time. Squeeze and lower. Okay, little bend in that bottom knee. Top leg stays straight and the foot flexes as we come forward for 2 pulses. Point and reach back for side kicks. Hand is on the hip now. 2 kicks to the front. Point and reach back. If you're struggling with this, you can put a little more bend in the bottom knee. Or you can make your kicks a little bit shorter. Excuse me. Find things like Pilates and yoga will highlight the imbalances in your body. Maybe one side works really well, other side not so good. Start to feel a cramp here in your glute muscles or your butt muscles. Just make your kicks quite short. Don't make them too long. Last one coming up. Then we're going to bend that knee, bring it on top of the bottom knee. Top hand goes down. We're just going to push up for our side bends on this side. So stack the knees, open it up. Top leg steps in front of bottom. Top arm in the knee. Check your alignment. Heel, hip, and hand. Chest to face, knee. Okay, top arm comes up, bottom shoulder down. Weight onto that bottom knee, up and over we go. Inhale to reach, keep that bottom shoulder locked in, softly lower to the floor. Okay, again, inhale, lock it in, exhale. Core muscles work about 25% here, so they're not hugely pulled on, but they will help you balance, so make sure you have them engaged. So we'll come back along our mat here, take our legs as wide as the mat, little toes just on the edge, knees bent, and we're going to pull on their shins and lengthen ourselves up for a nice long spine. This is neck pull prep. We're moving the back of the hands to the front of the forehead with the elbows high and wide. Taking a breath in, we're going to tuck the pelvis, so not the whole back, just a little pelvic tuck, and then we're going to hinge back from the hips. Okay, you don't have to go too far. Take a breath, fire up the abs, come over the thighs, and then inhale, sit tall. Exhale, tuck pelvis, hinge back. Inhale to stay. Exhale to come forward. And inhale to lengthen up. Okay, so try to keep the elbows high and wide. If it's a struggle, take the arms out to the front as you go back. Then bring them back to the forehead as you come over and lengthen up on the inhale. Exhale, tuck and hinge. Breathe in to stay. Fire up the abs, tuck them up and under the ribs as you come forward. So all these ones that are like this where we hinge back, it's really useful to pull the abs in a little bit more than what you think is the bare necessity. Okay, so if you really fire up the abs, you're going to find your shoulders are relaxed, and it's not going to feel quite as hard. Go with your breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to go back. Stay for the inhale. Come forward on the exhale. Inhale up. If your feet are lifting off the floor, you're going too far. We'll take one more. And then just release the hands behind you. Leave the legs where they are. We're just going to drop the knees to one side, look over the shoulder, come back up, swap over. And repeat. How are you all doing at home? Good? Hanging in there with the isolation? I hope so. Let's bring the legs out in front. And again, if you used a cushion or a block or something, or a rolled up towel to sit on when your legs are straight, and just again back here, take that option now. This is spine twist. So again, we want to dorsiflex the feet. What we're looking for is a 90-degree angle with the hips. If you haven't got that, again, a bend in the knees is fine. Arms out wide, chest lifted, head up. Okay, from the lower ribs, we're going to take a breath in and we're going to twist towards me. 1, 2, 3. Come back to the center. Look over towards the leading hand. 1, 2, 3. Back to the center. Lengthen. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Back to the center. Open out that chest. 1, 2, 3. Back to center. Make sure those arms stay out at 180 degrees, that you're not folding them in just to get further. Keep that breath flowing. Inhale as you center. Exhale to twist. Keep the legs active by dorsiflexing the feet, pulling the toes, pressing the heels. This will lock out the knees and give you a nice firm base. Hips don't move. Again, it's that rib cage rotating on the pelvis. If your arms get tired, fingers together at the center. Shorten the levers. 3 little pulses as we twist. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Release the hands. Take a spine stretch forward. Relax the shoulders. Deep breath into the back ribs. And exhale to roll up. Step the feet in. Hip distance apart. Hands underneath the knees. If you've been sitting on a block or a cushion, now's the time to take it away. Lift the chest. Pop the legs up to tabletop. This is open leg rocker. Okay, so we're going to take a breath. We're going to round the spine, look to the navel, roll back, and then inhale, come up with the legs still up at tabletop. Okay, so notice there's some extension and some flexion in my spine here. In other words, I want a nice straight spine as I come up, and then I round to roll. Up and lengthen. Pull the shoulders back and down. Want more challenge? Take the hands under the calves rather than under the knees. Less arm support, more core. And if you've been doing this for a while and you want to take full extension, that's there for you. If you can't get the legs dead straight, don't worry, it's just a hamstring issue. Hardest part of legs straight is being able to stop at the top. 2 more. And then we're going to transit down to the mat. So we're just going to bring our legs together. We're going to keep them there at tabletop. We're going to roll down to the floor and hug the knees into the chest. Okay, we're doing a little series of flexion or forward bending ones. So let's bring those legs back out to tabletop. I want you to imprint the spine. By that I mean bring the rib cage to the hips. It's not about pressing the back into the floor, just about connecting ribs to hips. Chin to chest. We're going to peel up into flexion. Okay, we're going to take the hands by the calves. We're going to look to our belly, and we're going to breathe in as we bend the elbows. Bring the hands by the ears like you're about to take a hat off your head. Reach up, extend the legs, drop the arms out, circle them around, bend the knees in. Now keep your eyes down here. Exhale. Inhale. 2 breaths. This one. Exhale. Inhale. Now what we don't want to do is we don't want to open the body out. Okay, we want to hold this position here with that flexion, that chest working to the thighs. If you find it bothers your neck, do not reach back, reach up. Okay, so arms in front of the body. You can also put your head down, although that's a last resort. What I prefer you to do is this, if you find it's too much. Just reach out on the exhale, come back in on the inhale. Otherwise, arms and legs, eyes down, chest to thighs. Inhale, circle, exhale up. Inhale, circle, exhale up. 2 more. And then we're just going to hug the knees in, take the legs separately and circle them around. This is really nice for the lower back, taking the legs out like this. And change direction. Bring the feet to the floor. We'll come over onto our fronts. And we'll do a double leg kick. So how that works is hands come to the small of the back. Legs together. Head turned to the side, resting down on the mat. Take a breath. Bring the legs in for 1, 2, 3 little pulses. Come back out. Lift the chest. Lift the thighs. Take the legs slightly apart and turn the palms down. Look to the floor. Palms back up, legs together, head to the other side, bring the legs in. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, up, work your extension, exhale, pulse. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Now remember, as you pulse those legs, it's not the time to rest, okay? It's the time to pull up those abs and push the hips into the floor. So you're not just taking time out. It's almost like 2 exercises. This one put together. Open the chest. Lift as high as you can in extension. Palms onto the back as you pulse the legs in. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3. Push those hips down to the floor. 1, 2, 3. Nice and controlled pulses. Eyes look to the floor in between. Head to the other side. 3. Up we come. Exhale down. 1, 2, 3. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1, 2, 3. Last one. And exhale. 1, 2, 3. Lower the legs to the floor. Step them out wide. Take the hands around by the shoulders. Palms on the floor. Okay. Swan dive. Let's take a breath. We'll work our way into it. So abs up, shoulders down. We're just going to peel up to the bottom ribs. So for some of you, that's as far as you're going to get, and that's fine. Takes a bit of time to warm up, breathe in, and release. What I'm doing here is I'm using my abs. I'm pulling them up towards my spine, Breath in, and I'm not squeezing my butt, okay? Not at this stage, just for the preps. Just using abs and back a little bit with the arms, but not much at all. Do one more prep, and again, you're welcome to stay with these preps. If you're new to Pilates, it's a good idea until you feel that you a little bit more flexion or flexibility, I should say, in your spine. Now we're moving away from the floor, so we're going to come up. Now as we come up, we squeeze our butt, tuck our tailbone under, and come up to the pubic bone. I don't want to see anybody up here like this, okay? So down here is fine. Soft bend still in the elbows. Breath in. Pull back with the hands, reach the chest forward as you roll the rib cage back out along the floor. Breathe in. Draw the belly up, slide the shoulders down. Peel your spine off the floor. Breathe in and exhale down. So you squeeze the butt. Once you start to lift away from the elbows, not before. So here I'm trying to use my back, my abs, and my arms. Now I squeeze my butt, tuck my tailbone under slightly so that I'm not putting any pressure on my lower back. Never go beyond where you feel comfortable. You never try to keep up with me, so if you feel that you don't have that much extension in your back, that's okay. Breath in at the top, and we release back down, exhaling. Nice and controlled on that release. One more. And release back down. Okay, I want you to bring your legs hip distance apart. Take your hands under your shoulders and just push back into shell stretch. Okay, so just again, easing yourself into it. Whenever we've done extension, it can be a little bit much to go into the opposite stretch quite quickly, so just ease in. Our hands over to the right, keeping our left sit bone down on the left heel. Come back through center, walk over to the left, right sit bone or right heel. And come back through to center. Up onto hands and knees. And we're going to take the hands out a little bit wider and a little bit further forward. Knees the same, a little bit further back and slightly wider. And we're going to take dancing bear. So we're just going to circle the body around in as big a circle as we can make it. So 3 or 4 in one direction, depending how fast you go. Again, this is a stretch, so there's no need to go fast. And then circle back the other way. Breathing in, breathing out. Release for all the joints, muscles. Okay, coming back to center, bring the knees back underneath the hips, tuck the toes and slide the hands back beside the knees. Take a breath here. Shift your weight onto your feet, but stay folded forward. Okay, so we're just going to hang here, let the crown of the head hang towards the floor, soft bend in the knees, shoulders relaxed. You even want to give your head a few circles or a few shakes, yeses and nos, just so you're not holding it up. Let it relax. Let the weight of the head stretch out the back and the neck muscles. Deep breath in, and then I want you to engage your core. slowly start to roll up, one vertebra at a time. Good. Neck and head out last. Okay, step into the center of your mat. Take the legs hip distance apart. And we're just going to take a few ragdolls. If you want to take some knee bends as you do this, that's fine. Back to center, step the legs in, one arm up, one arm down, and just take a nice little bend to the side, breathe in, windmill up and over, other side, inhale, exhale, make sure you let your head go as well, you're not holding it up, let that ear drop to the shoulder, one more on each side. Bend in the knees, we're just going to circle those hips around like a hula dancer. Make sure that when you're going around, you're tucking the tailbone under and then poking the tailbone out behind. Change direction, back the other way. A cat wanting your breakfast. To the center, give the arms a good shake out. Each leg, take it front, side, back. Switch over, front, side, and back. Well done. Give yourselves a pat on the back, everybody. You did well. You got through it. Thank you so much for joining me today for the Pilates. Hopefully I'll do a few more classes. And yeah, we'll keep you going in the meantime. So stay safe, stay well, and all the best. Thank you.